Hey guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Happy New Year, and welcome to a video talking about some of the best news I could start the year with. This is really awesome. Wizard101 just put out a tweet saying that they are going to literally continue the first free arc throughout the month of January. Now, if you guys have been sort of living under a rock, at the beginning of December, they made a huge announcement saying that the whole first arc of Wizard101 would be free for everybody. But they said it would just be for the month. And now, because I guess of how it performed, they've continued it through January. I could be a little wrong on this, but if you take the period of time from like September to now, I think the game has been free to play more than it hasn't been, and that's like the first time I've ever seen that. This obviously has a lot to do with Wizard101's birthday, and there's stuff for that, the holiday stuff, the hacking stuff, and now I guess this month. But it's really cool to see, and honestly, I hope that we can keep the momentum going. If you've never tried Wizard101, you should try it. If you're an old player, you want to return, you should try it. But this is a lot more than just an announcement type of video, because honestly, I feel like now there's even more to read into, because now it's their second month doing this. So I wanted to talk about the actual nature of the promotion in case you guys don't know about it, how they could improve it, and what it means for Wizard101. Let's get right into it. So if you go on the Wizard101 website, this is obviously something that they did last month as well. The free areas are everything that is the main storyline from Wizard City all the way through Dragonspire. Now, this doesn't include higher level areas or side content. This is something that a lot of people actually have a problem with. I don't really get why this is a point of criticism, but I guess if you just want one free area to farm in, I think Darkmoor would be a big one. Notably as well, the Catacombs, which involves level 130, it's also not free. So yes, there's a lot of Wizard City through Dragonspire that you can do, but a lot of the side content is just not available for free for, I guess, higher level players. However, there is one area that is not included in this free promotion that I really think is kind of, I don't know, a missed opportunity. I'm saying this based on just streaming Wizard101 and seeing a lot of new viewers recently. A lot of them always ask, between literally level 1 and level 50, what is the best gear? And there's always two answers for this. If you're all the way up to level 50, you can maybe farm Malice there. But if you're not level 1, if you're not level 50, right? If you're not all the way Grandmaster, the best gear is in Aquila. And this area, even though it has a really well-designed level 30 dungeon, it's still not available. I think they should seriously at least consider putting Aquila for free. I think, one, it's just super underrated. Also, if you're a new player and you're experiencing the game for the first time, I actually think that you'll get a really good idea if you just play through the first arc. But I feel like dungeons and side content, like, you know, the stuff in, you know, Aquila, I just feel like that gave a lot of heart to Wizard101, and especially in the few years where they were doing dungeons and new worlds at the same time. I think this is a gigantically lost opportunity. I really don't understand what they're losing by not letting people do Mount Olympus as a low level. It's just kind of hype, you know? Like, if you can get a bunch of people to do it, it's kind of hype. So I feel like they should definitely think about that. That's just my 2 cents. But beyond the actual, you know, just which areas are free, I kind of want to talk about what this means for Wizard101. So basically, very recently, there was a KI Live where I assume this question just came up a lot because it was December. It was a December KI Live. I'm sure people were talking about, yo, first arc is free. What are y'all's plans with this? Is this ever going to be permanent? And for the first time ever, the answer was that there's actually a chance that the first arc being free could be permanent. And this is like a written confirmation at this point. It was widely speculated, but now we do have confirmation. A few weeks ago, this was said, basically. It was said that if first arc being free is successful, brings the game revenue, or just brings the game more and more attention, they'll keep doing it. And to me, theoretically, this should bring them more and more money. This is just something I've been talking about for a lot. See, when the game's not free, like, at all, except for, you know, the first few streets, it makes marketing the game and actually, like, acquiring memberships, it makes that a nightmare. And the reason I say that is, right, let's say someone sees a Wizard101 ad, and even if it's successful, right, as in it achieves the goal, you click on the ad, you log in a Wiz, with the first arc not being free, your goal immediately becomes, in the first, like, hour of gameplay, to turn that person that's a new player into a paying member. And if they lose, if they don't want to become a member because they don't really see what this game's all about, then all you've done is take all the money that went into that ad and you burned it up, basically. Right now, they're doing a massive experiment, very, very clearly, on literally advertising the game a lot, I assume, getting a bunch of people to sign on to the game, and seeing exactly what it takes to make that player either make crowns purchases or make a membership purchase. So I read this January extension as two things. I think, one, I do think December was successful, and the reason I say this is because I think they would have just not done this unless it was somewhat successful. But I think the other thing is, I think they're constantly looking now at what level people go to decide to become a member, maybe, or if getting through the first arc makes them want to try out more. And I think getting through the first arc for a new player, it might take more than a month, which is why I think extending it might just be a way to collect data. So I'm not saying that there's no way that this could be permanent based on this, but I think that it has more to do with them seeing success in December and seeing how long it takes for people to get to the end of the first arc and trying to use that data, which is another reason why I think any type of side activity that you can do in the first arc, I think they should really focus on that. Any dungeon that's available to a low level, open it up. I'm talking about Kembalog Village. I'm talking about this one. Even Barkingham Palace. That's a level 40 dungeon. If those aren't open to the public when they're trying out the game, that is ridiculous. That's just free effort that they put in. Like, as in, like, they put in the effort to make these dungeons. Why would you not let people experience it? Especially if the first arc is free. But beyond that, I really, really hope that they look into low-level PvP. It seems to be making somewhat of a resurgence. Now, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge low-level PvPer, but if low-level PvP is a way that people enjoy this game and support this game, I'm all for it. So we're talking about things like gear farming, things like jewel farming, things like spell audits that are more catered towards lower level. I think they should look into that as part of their scheduling as well. Another big thing that I hope that they look into is guilds. I feel like right now, a lot of people want to do stuff like raids. A lot of people want to join guilds, but it still feels like they don't know how to use things like the kiosk and requiring that you need a third-party software to be involved in with, like Discord or, like, you know, anything others, like something third-party. Requiring that kind of takes the magic out of it. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, in the last video that I made about this, one of the things that I really wanted them to do, I was hoping anyways, was that they could actually, like, make some sort of, like, Archmastery tutorial. And that's kind of because I kind of wanted them to, like, you know, like, if you're gonna attract a bunch of new players, show something about the returning players and show them that the game isn't what it used to be 10 years ago if they want it to be like that. And I think Archmastery is a great example of it, right? You can do things with different types of magic that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, only if you want to, though. And they did add an Archmastery tome, which I really like that they did this. This is really awesome. This is something that they actually did, so you can somewhat understand how to use this type of magic, and it's surprisingly thorough. I hope they add tomes like this for all types of side activities that you can do if you're a low level. I think that's a great idea. I think this is a great execution. I hope that they do this with stuff like guilds, like low level PvP. I think the whole Diego system is mad useless. I think a tome like that would be way better in my opinion. But yeah, it does seem like they're taking suggestions on how to specifically cater to first arc players, so I hope that they continue down that path, and I also hope that they take advantage of the stuff that they have added in the past for these types of players that are currently locked. Those are my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like on this video, drop a comment, tell me what you guys think about all the free stuff that they've been doing recently. I look forward to reading all of y'all's comments, man. Drop a like. Thank you guys for love. I'll see y'all soon. Stay awesome, and yeah, yo.